Test, test,
Test,
test.
test,
Testing.
test, 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 test,
Test, test. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. Okay, I'm not going to be able to hear myself. But well, anyway, let's go ahead. Test, test. Testing, testing. Trying to turn my sound off. Alright, I have to mute this completely. Testing. Test, test. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Whew. Alright, let's go ahead and get it started. Welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. See if I can get a little bit more brighter light in here. Need to bring my ring light in. I have my ring light in next time. But yo, what's up everybody? This is Ken Ellis here. You are tuned in to another Atlanta DJ Zone Tech Tuesday Live. You're here with the kid once again, and it's another open topic because I didn't have anything prepared for this week, so we're just gonna do an open topic. Probably keep it short or whatever. But anything you got going on? I did have some stuff, but I didn't have time to to jot it down. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I guess right now everybody is probably tripping on the post that I did before I started earlier. And the reason that I came up with that post, if you haven't seen it, let me see if I can get a snapshot of it up. See if I can get it dragged on here. Where's my snippet tool? Let's see if I can do that again. Something new. And the way I came up with this, I'm here in the studio. I moved my my IKEA Calyx, the 4x4, brown or black or whatever you want to call it. It was sitting right here. In order for me to get this white background up, I had to move it. It had to go. I couldn't get it behind it. There's not that much space in front of me, so it had to go. I moved it over to the opposite wall over there, and I started taking records out, which I still have probably at least 6 more queues of records that are sitting out that I need to fill up. And as I was taking them out, I'm like, oh, this is taking me a lot quicker than what I thought. So the idea came up, but like, what if somebody had a contest? A contest where, I mean, I probably over exaggerated the amount of records that I said. I said 10,000. I think it would have been doable with 5,000 easy. So if I change it to, if I cut it in half and say 5,000, that will be more understandable. But I'm like, let me see who's crazy enough to actually accept a challenge like this, and accept the challenge. And let me get it up so you can see what I got. All right, I've got to find my source. Okay, I need to save it. Desktop. And we do this so you can see it. All right, this is it right here. Let me move it over. Need to move it. Here we go. And this is what it says right here. Scenario: you have been offered to accept a difficult challenge by a local record store. The challenge is you must move 10,000 12-inch records outside of the building. So you need to get it from the room that it's in outside, which is 25 feet. It's 25 feet to the door. Once you get it outside, you can do whatever. You can drop it and let somebody else take it from there. But anyway, 10,000 records to outside. You're moving them outside the building. And that's 25 feet. Now, no assistance. You can't have nobody to help you. You can't use no equipment, no bags, no crates, no dollies, no containers, no nothing. Nothing but your hand. As many as you can carry in your hand. No people, nobody can help you. All right. Just as many as you can carry in your hands. Once you have them outside, then you can have a team or a crew or assistants or whatever to help you load up your vehicle, truck, or trailer. So you can have people outside. Once you get outside, drop them outside. Their job is to take the records and put them either on the truck or basically move them so you can bring more records out. Um, and that's about it. Once you have them outside, okay, once you have them outside, you can have your team crew assistants to load up a vehicle, truck, or trailer, or move them to where you can have more room to get more outside. Now, the time limit I set was 15 minutes. I probably should have said 30. I was thinking real quick right here. I'm like, that may be doable. I don't know. It depends on how you do it. So to move 10,000 records in 15 minutes, you move all the records, you clear all 10,000 records out, you get to keep them. They're all yours. You get to take them home. You get to do whatever you want to do with them. Now, in the event that you fail the challenge, you pay the $50 participation fee, participation fee, which you didn't have to pay if you win. You win, everything's gone, you go out or whatever. Okay, if you fail, you also get to keep 5 records, and that's as a party gift. You get to pick out 5 records you get to take home for participating or whatever. But you got to move all 9,995 records back in the store and restock the shelves how it was, which is usually by genre in alphabetical order. So you have to do all that. You have to put everything back where it was. It's either an all or none challenge. Any records that are damaged must be paid for. So this ain't just a simple pick, grab, dump, and move. You need to kind of be careful with it. But a lot of you guys will anyway. You're not just gonna just grab records and just start tossing them or whatever. You'll take your time with it, and most likely you have a team that'll be working with you, that'll be moving them as well. So I mean, if you got like 3 or 4 people, that'll be enough people to be able to move them to where you want them safely. Now, and then I also said, like it if you would like to be a spectator or assistant outside. Love it if it's something that you would do. Now, I did have somebody in another group, because I posted it in like several different groups, that would accept the challenge. A lot of people, like a lot of you guys, just think that I went crazy with this, but you have contests that are like this, that are like impossible. Just like the claw game. The claw where you have to pick up the money. Every time I go on a cruise or whatever, that's like the thing to like watch for like 15, 20 minutes. People blowing away 20, 30, even up to $100 just to win 200, 500, even $1,000. It's like almost impossible. It's possible, but there's stipulations and stuff to it to where it's basically like it's rigged. So this is how I accept the challenge. I know if I added a little bit more time or cut back on the records, then it may be doable. Now, let's say if I said 30 minutes. If I said 30 minutes, would that be possible? I know within an hour, if you had 60 minutes, that will be definitely possible. But the thing is, I just threw the challenge out there as crazy as I did. 10,000 records, 15 minutes. Who could do it? Who would even try it? And then I also threw the part in that you have to pay if you lose, and you only get 5 records if you lose. And then on top of that, you got to take all the stuff that you just took out and bring it back in and put it back where you got it from in the same order. Now, there may be a store that will do something like this, but they only do it one time. They're not going to offer it to where when other people lose and they bring everything back in and say, okay, who's next? Who want to try it next? It'll be a one person, one shot deal. And like I said, there are a lot of there are a lot of contests out here that may be similar to this, to where the odds are against you, but somebody out there may see it reasonable to attempt to try and succeed. That's the thing. I'm trying to see who's out there to take the challenge. Now, if I would I take the challenge? Yeah, I probably would. But the thing is, I'm going to go in with a game plan. Now, somebody mentioned earlier, I saw in a post where somebody did the math. They did the math that, 15 minutes, 900 seconds, 10,000 records, 11 seconds, 11 was it 11 records per second or 11? I don't know, 11 something. It was 11 records per second. Now, my thing, what I would do, I would take as many records and make a big stack and get that stack to the door. You can probably carry 100 records. If they're stacked in Calyx, IKEA, Calyx, or Expedite, like I have mine, you can take maybe 2 bundles. 2 bundles will be 70, maybe 80 records if they're completely full. You get that much in your arm at one time, get it to the door, get it to somebody or whatever, a cart or whatever. The thing is, you have to go in prepared. You have to go. You may even have to practice. And the thing that I would do right now, I think I have 100 records that's probably sitting right here at my feet. Now, yes, it's going to be heavy. 25 feet may be a long way, but if you somebody that's really determined to get 10,000 records, which is like a record store, you clearing out a whole record store, you're going to wipe this guy out of business. So he doesn't gain anything if you win. No publicity, because he has to restock everything. And then records are already scarce enough. So you think about the money that you can possibly make if you get 10,000 records. And this is record store records. So you're probably going to have they're probably going to have sleeves on them. They're going to be in immaculate condition, or a condition to where the resale value on it is gonna profit enough. Because if you get on them and sell them on Discord or one of the other sites, I think can you sell records on Reverb? I can't remember what the retail the online record websites are, but you can take them there and sell them, and you can make as much, especially the rare ones. You can take the rare ones, the one that's in immaculate condition, 20, 30, maybe even up to $40 for it. So, and then 10,000, you're going to have a lot. Plus, you're going to have duplicates, because you definitely going to want to get rid of some. So, I mean, it's a challenge, and that's why I posted out there. I haven't read all the comments. I posted it in like maybe 5 to 8 different groups. I'm excited to see what people have to say. I know from what I've seen already, people are calling me crazy for doing that, but it's a challenge. It's a scenario. If it can happen, would you do it, or would you not do it? So that's the thing I want to start off today. The other thing I want to talk about is there's a new product out right now. Of course, Serato DJ has a new version. I don't know whether it's complete yet. It was in beta stage last week. It may be out now because Pioneer released a new product. Pioneer released the new DDJ XP2, which if you remember the XP1, The XP1 was and let me get some photos up. The XP1 was a record box item. It was exclusively for record box. Pioneer made it for their own DVS system, and Pioneer also had one for Serato, which is called the SP1. The SP1 has all the controls that you need that you would find on your Pioneer S9, that you find on your Range 62, and all the other mixers that were Pioneer enabled with Q pad buttons or whatever you want to call it. They made that so mixers like I'm probably not gonna be able to reach it. So if you had old analog mixers like this one right here, and you had like SL1 to a SL3 or 4, 2, 3 or 4, or even the Denon, I think the Denon DS1 that you can use. You could do your Q points, your hot cues, your loops, loop rolls, all that stuff with it. So it was made mostly for mixers that don't have those internal features, but some people they still use them even with the Pioneers and other mixers. So what they did, and this was a smart move on Pioneer. Of course, people were waiting to see if there was going to be a SP2 release. The SP2 release hopefully would have had all the newer features that Pioneer has released, plus also colored pads, because the pads for the SP1 were just blue. They were just one color. They were monocolor or whatever. So they were just one color. You only had one color, and that's what you had to go with. Now, when they released the X1 looks similar to the XP2, or the XP1 looks similar to the XP2. It had 16 pads on each side. Now, you were able to take that XP1 and map it to Serato, but now what they did, they made the XP2, so now they don't have to worry about an SP1. The SP1 is now the XP2. So now, if you have Record Box and Serato, you could use one controller to do both. But the thing about it with Serato, and is plug and play with Serato. They have the 16 pads broken down into sections of 8. You got your top 8 that can be used for a function, and then you got your bottom 8 that can be used for a different function, and that's on each side. Which, if you want to do two things at the same time and not be able to switch over, you can do that. Now, I don't know whether you can customize it and have it to do something that it's not available to do by default, but I haven't seen the video. I'm gonna watch it again a little bit later. I watched a little bit earlier. I'm gonna watch it later to see exactly what's going on. All right, let me make sure that okay, yeah, I'm live. So that's about it for that. Let me see, because I had something else, and now I can't remember what it was. I need to start taking notes, put stuff on the whiteboard or sticky notes or whatever when I come up with something to talk about. Let's see. May have to scroll down because I think I saw this a few days ago. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the what's his name? Takachi 69. Oh man, the memes for that are just getting hilarious. I posted a few of them last week, and it was crazy. Let's see, where is that post? Oh, anybody that's looking for acoustic foam, I have it posted in the group. If you need acoustic foam for your studio, I had enough to do a whole ceiling. Of course, this room is a lot bigger than my studio from the other house. I had enough to do the whole ceiling plus patches and squares to put on the wall if you need it. Hit me up. And it's 2 inches thick, not from point tip to the bottom. It's the actual thickness of it is 2 inches. So it's actually maybe about 3 or 4. And I had it on the ceiling to use for that. Now, oh, here's a thing. And just found out about this today. QSC has came out with a new sub. It's a 3600 watt 18-inch sub. It's called the KS118. I think it's replacing the KS118, which the 118 was smaller, 5 inches smaller, and I think it was a little bit lighter too. The new K118, the KS118 is coming in at about around 104 pounds. I haven't checked the price on it yet. I just saw it because somebody had mentioned it this morning, and I didn't really know anything about it, but I saw the video, and I just ran across that video now. Let's see. Oh, also rest in peace. We lost some legends this weekend. I mean, everybody. Oh my goodness, 2019 is a beast of a year for people staying alive. Louis Rankin and Jimmy Spice. I can't remember what they did. I remember hearing the name somewhere, but I'm not familiar with them. But anyway, rest in peace to them. Condolences to their family. Let's see what else. I cannot find it. I mentioned, sure everybody saw the post on the mix out of the QSC. I ain't gonna really talk about that because I had already resolved that. Oh, no, we're not gonna talk about. Nah, I don't even have it near me to talk about it. I was gonna bring up. I told somebody I was gonna do another post about the Go Rack, but I'm not gonna do it today because the Go Rack is Go Rack is a handy tool if you use it correctly. Like I was telling somebody earlier, if you have high end equipment, you may not need the Go Rack, but the Go Rack can be useful in more ways than one. I mean, I could probably at least come up with 5. I have a Go Rack here that I use here in the studio, and I was going to take it out. And the reason that I didn't take it out because I have a 4 turntable mixer setup. Each one is has its own station. So I have 4 different setups. They all run into a line mixer. That line mixer is run into a Behringer dual 33 band EQ. And then from that EQ, I run into the Go Rack and then out to tops that I have, Mackie Thumps. And the reason I wanted to take it out because I'm like, well, I got the Behringer EQ, so I don't need the Go Rack in here. I can put the Go Rack in the case with my NS7, and then that way, whenever I use my NS7, I don't never have to worry about putting it in or hooking up or whatever because it's already in there and it's ready to go. But then I thought the other reason that I use my Go Rack is because I have two computers, two desktop computers down here, and in order for me to provide sound for those, I would either have to put some computer speakers on the desk somewhere so I can hear what the computer's saying, which I don't really need. I don't have that much real estate to be putting speakers on the desktop, even small ones. So I didn't go with that route. What I did, I took each computer, the output, which are 1/8, put them into a splitter, and then took that splitter and ran that straight into the aux input, which is a 1/8 input on the back of the Go Rack. Now the thing with that is I don't have a gain control for that. The only gain that I have is from the computer itself by adjusting the volume from the computer. But the master volume can adjust everything. So that kind of worked fine for me. In order for me to get around that, I would have to run it into the line mixer. Now, in some cases where I don't have the equipment on, I have a power conditioner, and when I have that off, the mixer is off. So it wouldn't serve me any good using it directly into the Behringer mixer, because if I have it off, it's not going to play. The Go Rack is always on, it's always powered on. So if anything, when the system is off, the computers are on, the Mackies are on, ready to go, the Go Rack is on, I still have sound for the computers whenever I'm not using any other equipment. So right now, until I think of an issue around that, it's gonna stay here. But I'm sure I'll figure out something soon. So that's one of the reasons I use my Go Rack. But there's a lot of reasons. Another thing, and I'm sure, I don't know what you guys seen it. I have the workstations. If you need a DJ workstation like the workstation I have here, I now have a total of 3 built, and actually, I think I made this one that I'm on right now. Okay, no, I did make it bigger. I thought I had made. I'm like, why is this so taller than the other two? The reason is I got double desktops. I got two desktop boards on here because over time the weight of one started making it bow in a little bit, so my turntables weren't level. So I just threw another one on here for extra support, which brought it up about another inch or so. So I mean, that's no big thing, but you can't notice a difference where it's like, okay, why? Because I know I had made them all the same size, so I don't know what's going on. But if you need a workstation for your turntables or your turntables, I can do controllers. I can do whatever. The thing I need the actual product that you want the workstation to be made for. I need to take measurements that you can't get from a manual. I can't get them online. I need to take measurements for stuff that's not accounted into the manual. So I need the actual product, the actual equipment, and measure what I need to measure to make it fit correctly. And with mixers and turntables, it's separate pieces. You can get the ones for the turntables and not the mixer plates, because the one for the turntables holds two 1200s. That's why I made them for. I designed them for 1200. I can do them for Pioneer 1000s. I can do them for reloops. I can do them for Stanton, Geminis, whatever that you need, that you have in your studio that you need to put your turntables in. So I can make them for whatever. As for mixers, they can work with any type of mixers, any type of DJ mixers, whether it's the 4-inch mix track, which is a Vestex product, or a 19-inch mixer, rack mount old school mixer that's probably about like this. So whatever you have, I can make it for it. I can design it and build it. If you need to paint it, I can do that too. I use a paint called Plexi Dip, and it's not the cheapest paint. Um, I may start getting it by the big can, but I just use regular spray cans, which it takes a whole lot, and I make sure I coat it good. The one that I have right now, it's holding up real well. Of course, eventually that corners are gonna chip. As long as you take care of everything, it's gonna hold up, but not not too much of an issue. It has like a rubberized text feel to it on the wood that I'm using, so to me it works fine. All right, that is that, and like I say, inbox me, hit me up, and what I need you to do, if you're interested, put in hashtag, and let me write it up here. Okay, where's my stylus? Okay, gotta find my stylus. Yep, there we go. If you're interested in one, need you to do hashtag the kid custom workstations. And that is bad handwriting. That is really bad handwriting. All right, let me try that again. But that's what do the kid. Right, a little smaller. Custom the kid custom workstations. And I could try to get one made for you. I have the prices posted in certain places, so just let me know what you need, and I can get you squared away. Also, virtual DJ, for those that use virtual DJ. Virtual DJ has a new release out. It's called Virtual DJ 2020, not Virtual DJ 9. And somebody said Virtual DJ 11 is what it was called, but it's Virtual DJ 2020. They've improved the GUI skin on it. I don't really use Virtual DJ that much, but a lot of people have been giving it good thumbs up that it works pretty well. Let's see what else. And I'm watching it right now, or I was watching it earlier. The DMC 2019 has ended. It was on, I think, Sunday. They had the championship Sunday, and if I remember right, because I caught the end of it, France took home the title. It was either France or Japan. So I'm not for sure. I haven't seen it. I'm going back now to watch it. I think I'm like at the second or third competitor. And for watching it. So if somebody can can mention or comment, and I can't remember who the DJ was, but it was either France. Yeah, it was France because it was the DJ that won the title last year. And it's crazy because now the prizes that they're giving are greater than ever. You get a whole bunch of little small prizes plus, and I had to go back and watch that part because I caught the end part. I started like right after Craze's showcase, or right at his showcase, when they brought him up stage. He got his jacket, and then he did his set. And I didn't get to catch really much else of the rest of it because I said I was going to watch it later. But I know France took home the title. He won a 72, a custom gold plated 72 mixer, some 12-inch acrylic vinyl. He won a set of 12s, Rain 12s, and a set of the new Technique SL 1200 Mark 7s. And then I think he got a jacket, a plaque, and some other stuff. And I actually saw him. They gave him two 72s. So I'm like, that's why I kept going back to one to find out exactly what was the prize. And I probably need to check on their site to see what was the prize, because the runner up, he won, I think he just won a set of 12s and some other little stuff, but his main prizes were just the 12. And then he won a 72 as well. No, I think he just won the 12s. And I'm not for sure about the other contestants, those that also competed for other prizes, like the portablists. I don't remember what they won. And I think they had the what's the other competition called? I can't remember the name of it. Come to me later. But they had it's the head up competition, supremacy, world supremacy, the world supremacy contest where they had that. And I'm not for sure because I haven't really been keeping up and watching it as much as I used to. But if they're gonna have stuff like that, I need to get my hat in the ring and start doing some stuff, because they've been giving out some very good prizes. All right, let's see what else going on. Try to remember. Let's see what else. I guess that's it. And whatever else, I can probably mention it next week. And I'm back on YouTube now. I don't know what happened last week where I couldn't broadcast on YouTube, but now I'm back to being on YouTube. I have to set up a little bit more. I pulled out some paper. If anybody need 9-foot rolls of paper, probably about at least I haven't really, maybe about 60 feet or more on each roll. Let me know. It's free. The company that I get it from is up near Lake Lanier. So I usually grab maybe about 5 rolls. I probably ran out of the rolls I had. I probably just ran out of 2 rolls. And it's a lot of paper, and it's thick weight. It's not like regular typing paper or sheet of paper. It's thick paper. It's paper that they had. It's a graphics art design company that makes like huge banners and stuff. Probably stuff for like billboards and stuff like that. That's large. So this paper is the backing for their prints. So they take the backing and they put it back on a roll, or it stays on a roll, and they try to get rid of it. I found them on Craigslist. Was we here or probably, yeah, since we've been here. So it's been about 5 years. Within the past 5 years, I found them and went and picked up some, and I use it for various stuff. You can use it for photo backdrop. This one is all wrinkled up because it was difficult for me to try to hang it. I'll probably end up replacing it next week. I'm gonna take the old roll that is on and roll some on that. This I'll probably use somewhere else because it needs to be a little bit cleaner than this. So I'm gonna make it to where I can roll it when I need it, pull it down when I need it, and roll it back up like I do in the other area when I don't need it. So I can be right now. I can't get out of here unless I go between the stud. But I think that's about it. I'm gonna wrap up. Okay. Let's see. I haven't even checked to see if anybody's been watching. Let's see, Alan. No, I am not talking about the go. I am not going to talk about go rack. I know some people would like to hear me talk about go rack. I'm gonna save that for another day. How do I have mine connected? Okay. All right. Let me see if I can do this real quick. All right. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, probably should did that this way. The way I have mine set up. Now let's just say this is one of my turntable setups. All right, and let's say this is my line mixer. All right, now I have out from each workstation into the mixer, and I use also. Oh, I'm forgetting. I got a patch bay. I got a patch bay in between here. So let's call this. And let me start that over. Because you know, every time I redo it, I'm gonna make it a little bit cleaner and easier. Well, skip the drawing. Okay, let's say for some reason my drawing is not coming out. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but anyway, I got each workstation, DJ workstation. I'm going out through, trying to remember how I got it. Going out XLRs to quarters into a patch bay. A 1/4 patch bay, quarter patch bay. It has 48 ports. Use them all for different stuff. All right, I got it going into the back, and then I got another section that's 8/4 that are going from the equipment, and then I got another 8/4 that are coming from the mixer, and I got a 8-channel snake that's quarter to quarter on each end, and then I just use jumpers. Like if I need to make a change between something, like if I have a short, it's no more. I don't have to go mess with the cables on the back here unless that's the issue. I just do jumpers. I just got it to where I have jumpers, and it goes into the mixer. The quarter goes into the mixer after the patch panel, and then from the mixer, XLR out into, and I think now I just got it going into the Go rack. I did have it. I did have it going into the Behringer, but anyway, I have it going. I have my audio going into the Go rack with XLRs, a left and a right stereo, and then I got my out on the Go rack going out to the Mackie Thumps. And then also, it like I mentioned earlier, I used the aux in. I used the aux in for the 2 desktop computers. I got the 2 desktop computers run into a Y splitter, a splitter like this. Where I have PC1 and P. Okay, something is interfering with my pad. But I got PC1. Yeah, let me stop that. I have PC1 and I have PC2. And then I have both of the outputs going into a splitter. And then I have that splitter going into the 1/8 input on the back of the Go rack. Now, like I say, the gains, the controls control everything except for the computers. From the computers, I do the adjustment directly from the volume panel, or if it's loud and it's not loud enough through the speakers, I turn the main dial on the Go rack. As long as I'm not using anything with the mixer or the workstation or whatever that's going to make it increase, then I lower the volume on that too. But in most cases, I'm not going to be playing anything on the computer while I'm doing something on the turntable, unless I got a video or something playing and I'm practicing to it. But yeah, that's how I have it. So let me see what you're saying. Currently using controller, line mixer, Go rack. Yep, that's about it. Now, have you ever tried using it without the line mixer? Do you necessarily need the line mixer? Because that's the reason that I like using it, is because you don't, depending on how you use it, you don't need a line mixer. But then I also see what you're saying. You're thinking about doing for mics. That's another good reason to use it. If you only have, like on most controllers, you only have one mic input. But say if you need 2 mics, if you got a handheld mic and if you got a wireless mic, if you got a wired mic and a wireless mic, but you need it to work with that one input, you can do that. You can do that, and what you do, you connect both of them into the inputs. You use one channel. You use one channel or the left side for one, and then use the other channel or the right for the other connection. And you have independent gains on it to adjust it. So that makes it even better, even before you adjust it with the main knob. You got your feedback, and you have your compression to use for that. Now, there's a custom setting. If you hold down the mute button, and when it shows up with a number, number 1 is, if I remember right, number 1 is stereo, number 2 is mono, and number 3 is custom. Nope, change that. One is one is mono, two is stereo, and three is advanced. And with advanced, you separate it. You can separate it. Use I'm trying to remember how it is. I think it's stereo output, mono mics with anti-static feedback compression EQ. So you connect your music to the aux in, and you have the sub synth and the EQ, and then also I think you have the EQ and the EQ compression and feedback for your mics. So if you're using if you're using for mics only, yep, you got all three. It runs. You have independent, so you can run two channels of mics. You have the EQ, the feedback, and what am I forgetting? EQ, feedback, and compression to use for mics. And then with your aux in, you're only using the sub synth, which you can use that to increase your bass. But then but you're not going to use and I think it's shared with it's shared with the EQ is shared across both of them. EQ is the only one that's shared across both. Can I write on this again? Yeah, it's lagging. Let me try to unplug it. All right, let's see. Yeah, this is not working. Not going to use that. Let's see if I can use. Even my mouse is not working that good. All right, scratch that. Might have to restart it for it to get it set up. But that's about it. Alan, are you still here? I guess I'm the only one that's watching now. Right. So, guys, this is about it. Hopefully, I have something next week to talk about. But I'm about to get ready to sign off because I need something. See y'all next week. Atlanta DJ Zone Tech Tuesday. You're here with the kid. Y'all have a good one.